Welcome to the Free Game Don D podcast, life, family, and business. Listen, today's topic is for the ladies. Can you be submissive? Ladies, can you be submissive?
Men, can you be submissive?
This is already going the wrong way. it's already not working out.
Oh my gosh.
I mean, I'm not gonna say it again.
Don't say it again.
You're gonna keep scratching
I'm
me.
not gonna record scratch you again.
Nah, you ain't gonna keep scratching on me.
Submit.
Submit, yeah. Listen, man, sometimes I submit too. I mean, so it's all good. I mean, yeah, I submit.
Yeah. See, I'm glad that we're talking about this.
Yeah.
First, like, subscribe, Free Game Dundee. This is gonna be good. So definitely subscribe because you want to see some more.
Yeah, please.
You want to hear more
please,
of this.
people say, "Oh man, I love the podcast." Bruh, did you hit the subscribe button?
Did you hit the button?
Did you hit the button, bruh? It's gonna take 2 seconds. Hit that button, please, boy.
Just hit the
Appreciate
button.
you, bruh.
Hit the button.
Hit the subscribe button.
Hit the subscribe button. Be submissive and hit the subscribe
Be
button.
submissive.
No, but listen. Okay, so it's funny to me when you just said it. Can you be submissive? I automatically thought about. Okay,
Does that sound combative?
not combative, but I automatically felt like, oh, we talking about women, right?
Right.
Can I be submissive? I guess I can be. No, but honestly, I believe that a person, I'm not even gonna say a woman or a man, I believe that a person can be submissive if the person that they're being submissive to is worthy of it. I don't think that you can just be submissive.
Who determines whether or not he or she is worthy?
I do. The person does. The person, only because, you can be submissive to the wrong type of person. You can be submissive to somebody that is not capable of leading you anywhere, not capable of showing you the way of providing a better life together or anything. You know what I'm saying? They could just be a bump on the log and you're going to be submissive.
So as a woman, you're basically saying, like, just because you're a man, that does not mean I'm going to be submissive to you. You're going to have to exhibit certain attributes.
You don't
certain
get
qualities.
Submission from a woman
Just because
by
you're a man.
default.
Oh,
No.
okay. All right.
No.
So the question is, like, can you be submissive? This is for the ladies. I mean, do you think women have a hard time with this? Yeah, I'm just that was funny.
It was because I was about to say no, but I was like, but I kind of gave you a hard time. But
Yeah, you did in the beginning. Yeah.
Yeah, but even then, I was submissive. I just wasn't submissive in certain instincts. In certain instances.
Yeah.
Like talking back.
Yeah, you talking back.
If I got an opinion, you gonna know, baby.
Yeah, man.
Baby, you gonna know.
I grew up in an environment where you ain't all that talking back wasn't. Yeah.
Oh, what happened when they talk back? You ain't even gotta say it. That face said everything.
I'm just saying.
Okay, Ike.
No, certainly not.
No,
But
okay.
just saying, like, nah, man. Shout out to you, man. I don't know, man. I just think that women, they hear that. I mean, people get it. They get offended.
Yeah.
So
I think they do because I think that sometimes when the word submission comes up, it usually, I'm not even gonna say sometimes, usually it's in regards to a woman being submissive, okay? And so, this modern generation, I think we're part of the modern generation, so to speak. But this generation of women are different from women back in the days. Certain things, we say we just are not going to tolerate. And honestly, some things may not even really be that big of a deal. Like, why are you not tolerating it? You just being difficult, Me, myself, I know I was submissive towards you, but that's because I respected you. I respected you as a man. And even, throughout our dating, I respect you as a father.
So when a woman's not submissive, she doesn't respect the man. Is that what you're alluding to?
To speak for myself, no. No. I'm not going to submit to anybody that I don't respect.
Wow. And why would a woman what leads to you not respecting a man?
I'm not even gonna say it's a multitude of things. I was getting ready to say it's a multitude of things, but I can't even run down a whole long list, so it can't be a multitude. But for me, some of the things that would make me not want to submit to a man is him not having any type of like drive to be a better person, a better man. If he's a father, a better father. I'm just the type of person that I just believe that you're constantly growing and you have to learn from mistakes in life, and nobody is mistake free. So if you're coming across as you're a perfect person and, you know, what I say, this is how it goes, but there's no foundation behind it, I can't get jiggy with it. I'm just like, what? What are you talking about? So then that makes me feel a little, not necessarily combative, but I want to challenge you to be better. And I want to be challenged to be better. You know what I'm saying? To be a better person, to be a better woman, to be, if I'm not a mother now, to know that I can be a great mom when that time, if that time comes between yourself and me or whatever. But if I don't have any foundation to go by, you just, you know, a bump on the log, or you're just taking every day by day, and you're not thinking about the future, I can't really respect that because that's not my mind frame. That's not my mindset. I'm forward thinking. I'm future thinking. Any moves that I make, whether we're dating or whether we're together and we're married, if I'm giving you my time, the moves that I'm making for the betterment of us both, not just me.
So when we asked the question, you know, can you be submissive? Like, you know, like, I guess you're answering it in your own way, but like when you see women, so do you think women have some sort of complex? Like, you know, some women, like, you know, it's not even about the man being a good man or having the foundation. It's like, I'm just not going to submit. I'm my own individual, which we all are our own person. But like, if you're in a marriage situation, if you're in a marriage, you know, like I'm asking you, like, if a decision can't be reached between the both of us, then what is the deciding decision for you?
That's a loaded question.
But no,
because if it's me and you,
yeah, I'm talking about me and you.
I respect you and I trust your judgment. So if you have an opinion and I have an opinion and the decision has to be made, I'm rolling with whatever decision that you make because I know that you respect me. So you heard my part and I believe that you can make a strong decision. But in any other instance where things may be a little shaky with a man, my decision gonna be it. Or I'm gonna try to argue my point of
right. No, I understand that. I'm gonna be honest. I think that as a man, I think being a man is continuously being redefined and breaking certain societal norms. Because I'm gonna be honest with you, sometimes when we don't necessarily agree on what should be done, I'll roll with you. Because you make sounder points, and maybe I missed something, and I'm listening to you, and I'm like, oh, you know what? I think that makes sense. I think we're gonna try that. Yeah. And you know, it may or may not work out. Same thing with me, though. I mean, things don't always work out. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes, I try something. I mean, and you know, we just spent a lot of money recently on some marketing stuff, and that wasn't really the right idea for the business, right? Yeah. And
but I stuck beside you.
Yeah, shout out to you, man. I mean, you know, that was a huge commitment financially, but you was like, hey, I'm gonna stand beside you on that, and I appreciate that. But at the same time, I had my reservations. I should have went with my gut. I was like, I think my kid might be right about this one. So and sometimes I don't do stuff because you're not on board with it. You know, whether it's in business, whether it's personally, just you know, with the kids, just life in general. Like if we're both not on board with that, like I don't expect, you know, you as my wife to just be like, oh, whatever Donald says goes. I mean,
yeah, no.
I just know that if we
that would never happen anyway.
Can we get a scratch or something? I mean, like
Tell him, Kels.
Tell him Kels said it.
Tell him, Kels.
But no, I don't expect that. I mean, I wasn't I didn't marry a robot. I needed, even from a biblical standpoint, they said that the Eve was created to be a helper to Adam. So I expect you to be a helper to me.
Exactly. A helper, not a slave.
I don't want you to be a slave. I need you to say, hey, Don, I don't know about this. Maybe we need to, try something different. And so I appreciate that. I mean, it's even just asking, like, can a woman be submissive? That's just a weird thing to even ask, because I feel like a husband and a wife should both be somewhat submissive to each other. In a relationship, man. So I didn't always think that way, you know what I'm saying? But it's because, you're raised in a certain environment, you see certain things, and you're conditioned to believe that, the man in the house, don't get me wrong, I'm still a man in the house, but that does not mean that I can't you should be taking wise counsel from your woman. You know what I'm saying? So she's here to make sure the whole family wins. And so, but I think there's some women that probably have a hard time with that, of course, and I think some men may even abuse it when they have a woman that is submissive and confides in that man for leadership. And because I think that most women, I think that they expect their man to be the leader, right? I mean, like here's the thing, man. We can talk about submission and all these, and being submissive and all these things, but as a woman, I think that when you get with a man, I think when you got with me, you felt like, okay, I expect certain things out of this man. And I think most women, right?
Yeah, we all have expectations.
Right, so we all have expectations. So if you got an expectation, when I live up to that expectations, you need to fall in line. Yeah. Right?
Yeah.
Right. So,
I agree with that. I'll fall right in.
I was looking for some controversy.
Yes, sir.
But
yes, sir.
So
you handling business. When you handling business, yes, sir. Whatever you say. You want your slippers? Okay. I'm just saying, when it's a good man, it's a good man, And so women are willing to do, willing to be submissive. Honestly, I think what it is, the word submissive, when we
need to change that word. We need a new word.
It's not even that you need to change the word. I think that people need to truly understand the definition of it, the 2024 definition.
I didn't know there was a 2024 definition.
I'm just saying because maybe the Webster's Dictionary has another, has a different one. But honestly, submissive, to me, I look at it as trust. Can you put your full trust into this man? Can you be thoughtful, of him and his needs, his feelings, and vice versa? So that's why it's not a problem for me to be submissive. But if you probably would have brought this word up to me with some people of the past, I probably would have laughed like, submissive. No, never. Not in the least. Not even a little bit. But it's really just respecting that person and taking their feelings into consideration. You know what I'm saying? It's really not, as the kids say, it's not really all that serious. Submissive, it's a word, and it's going to be what you make it, quite honestly, because you're not expecting me to be, somebody that just follows you around and just does everything for you. But you know that if there's something that you need done, I'm willing to do it.
Oh, absolutely.
And vice versa. I know if it was in my case, I know, Donald will definitely do that. So there's nothing wrong with being submissive. The problem comes when people are being submissive to people that aren't willing to be submissive towards them as well, when it's not a give and take.
I think I look at marriage, now the way I look at, business. I mean, every business has a CEO. Everybody can't be in charge, okay?
That's true.
But it doesn't mean that the CEO doesn't, consult with the COO and, CFO. I mean, hey, we're all in this together. Yeah. But someone, has to pull the trigger, when we don't all agree. Someone has to be, the one that makes tough decisions. I mean, we can't all make tough decisions. We can all, communicate and share in what, we feel should be done or shouldn't be done. But ultimately, someone has to make a decision. So I look at marriage the way I think marriage is a business of sorts.
Marriage is actually a business.
It's a business of sorts.
It really is.
So even the whole submissive thing, I don't get too caught up in that. I just know that somebody has to be the CEO of this marriage.
Yeah.
And, you know, I think that I've been voted as that person.
By default.
By default, okay, that's fine. So there's a heavy weight with that, you know. So sometimes I see men, oh, my woman doesn't, you know, she's not submissive or whatever the case may be, and I'm just like, man, listen, there's a lot of responsibility that comes with that kind of responsibility, and so you know, you may just be in a situation where you haven't shown that you're capable of being the CEO of your marriage. And if you're not, the woman is the CEO of the marriage. And hey, if that's what's best for the family, I personally don't have a problem with it. If the woman is the one that is the CEO and because she makes the best decisions for the overall betterment of the family, then then that's what it is. And you should consider yourself lucky that since you can't be the leader, that she can be the leader. I mean, that's I have never been in that situation before.
Yeah.
But I respect it. I mean, I think the more you grow, you start looking at things differently. Like, every man isn't in a position to do that. I mean, just mentally, they're not that guy.
Yeah.
Right. And some of them say they're that guy, but when it comes to making tough decisions, they can't make them. So, so if you got a woman that can make those tough decisions, I mean, hey, I mean, I'm gonna be honest. I think you can make them too. That's why I always say you're strong enough to lead, but secure enough to follow. And listen, that following thing is huge for women because, every woman probably wants to lead, but can you follow?
Yeah.
I think being able to follow is a skill. And if you can follow, you can lead. Because most leaders at some point were people who learned the importance of following.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? They, and so that's just what I believe. It's like, for instance, like I'm the leader, CEO of, our household, but I follow. Right? I mean, I follow, I pay attention. Any counsel you give me, I'm listening, and then we make decisions accordingly. Like I'm fully aware that it's not just my job to make decisions.
Yeah.
If we can't agree on something, it's also my job to listen to everything and to be very thoughtful of whatever your opinion is, because it's very valuable to the success of our business, which is our marriage.
That's right. That's right. You better say it.
I better say it.
You better say it.
So when I say, can you be submissive? I mean, I'm gonna be honest. Even as a man, you're gonna have to, have a level of submission. I don't think this is a sexist thing. I think that as men, you also, you need to, listen to your woman, and sometimes you need to do it her way because sometimes you're wrong.
Women, sometimes we wrong too now. It's not always that the men are wrong. Sometimes we're wrong as well. So we have to be able to listen to each other.
Yeah, no doubt, man. I think that, and I think, I don't know, you may agree with this, may not, because I don't know. I think you're a little bit like me. Like, you don't really make emotional decisions like some women may do. And I don't want to put that on all women, but like, sometimes you can be a little emotional, but not really, right?
Yeah.
I don't consider you to be that emotional. I think
I'm not super emotional, but I will say that when certain things happen, my reaction is initially emotional. But I know that making any type of emotional decisions is not always the best way. So I acknowledge, okay, I'm in my feelings, but now let's rationalize this. So that's what makes me a little different. And that's probably why you feel like you don't really make emotional decisions. That's mainly because I learned from making emotional decisions. that it didn't turn out right for me, at all. So
okay, yeah. So no, I received that. I mean, I think that okay, all right. So like I think men we're thinking like more practical. Like, is this really going to work? What's the long term effects of this?
yeah.
So we're looking at a different picture. And initially, I received that. I mean, I don't see you as that. I think you make really good, sound decisions. So I got to give you your props for that. So
I appreciate that. Thank you.
You're doing a good job of hiding those emotions because know, anytime I come to you about something, you seem to be able to look at the big picture, which is pretty cool. That's why I always say you're strong enough to lead, but secure enough to follow. I love that about you, man. And I think that more women probably could pick up on that. I mean, possibly. I mean, and more men could pick up on understanding just because you're the man does not mean that you're right about everything. You can be wrong, and your woman's opinion, she may be looking at it from a different angle. And when y'all sit down and talk and communicate, you might realize, man, I'm gonna make the final decision, but what she brought to the table made more sense, and that happens with us, sometimes, I'm just like, okay, well, I think what Michael said, I think we're gonna try it that way, right? And so I appreciate that, man. I think a lot of men, feel a lot of pressure to be the man, whatever that means.
Well, that's because society tells y'all that y'all have to be that way.
Well, absolutely.
Yeah. And then you have women that adopt that same
mentality,
yeah. Which adds even more pressure.
What do you mean I ain't no man? Like, so you're just surmising me. I'm not a man, like, because I didn't make a decision, or because, like, what does that even mean? Have you ever told a guy he wasn't a man before?
No.
Okay.
No, I haven't.
Yeah.
But I will preface that with the reason why I haven't is because I witnessed someone, a female, telling a man that he wasn't a man, and I saw how it broke him down. And she just said it because she was mad. But it had nothing to do with him being a man. But I saw how it broke him down, and I was like, wow, men have emotions. From that, I was like, wow, men are emotional like us. Like, they have feelings. And she broke that man down, and I don't know whatever happened to him, but he wasn't the same person. So I told myself, if somebody would tell me I'm not a woman out of an argument or whatever, or a disagreement, that I'm not a woman, if it can break me like that, I would never want to do that to somebody else. So I've never told a man, whether he was acting like a man or not, I've never told him that he wasn't a man.
Right.
Even though
he wasn't a man.
He might have been a boy.
He might have been a boy.
A man, boy in training, but I just never, I can't do that. I'm not going to break somebody down like that. Especially once I realized men have feelings, because I didn't think y'all did, I always saw my father being stern and, straight up, and seemed like nothing bothered him, and later on in life, as I became an adult, we had conversations, and he told me how he used to break down and cry about certain things. And I was like, what? And then, I met you and got to learn you. And I was like, wow, I saw some vulnerable times with you. And I was like, wow, this is, men have feelings just like women.
Yeah, no doubt. No, that's real. I mean, men certainly have feelings. But I will say this, I think the whole being submissive thing it's a little overblown. I just think that
it has a negative connotation for women,
for sure.
But I'm not sure.
But it's got a controlling connotation for men.
Yeah,
like, oh, he's trying to control you.
I think that's what it is.
But no, someone has to be the CEO of this marriage, man.
But it doesn't have to be a control thing. I think when women hear you need to be submissive towards your husband,
then they hear controlling.
They hear,
I'm not responsible for what you, but listen, am I responsible for what you heard?
No, but what I'm telling you is that I think that's how women are taking it. Just like somebody saying, you need to be a man. Some men may take that like, okay, well,
I don't know
what do you mean?
I don't know any other way you can. If you tell me that I need to be a man, then you're saying that I'm not a man. Yeah.
So if you're telling me I need to be submissive, you're telling me I'm out of control. You need to control me. Sir?
Touche. Touche.
Oh, we ain't got nothing to say about that, right?
Listen, man. No, I don't. I don't have anything to say about that.
I just know that it's a negative for most women. That's a negative connotation for men. Says you need to be more submissive, or you need to be submissive like your friend.
So how do we get around the negative connotation? Because if one of your girlfriends says, "Oh, Donald wants you to be submissive to him," that sounds negative.
It does. And right after I help her up off the floor, I'll explain to
Really?
her.
You got to beat her up for that. I mean,
She just fell out the chair, No, but for real, yeah, people will put a negative comment, but listen to that though. The way that you said it, if she says, Donald wants you.
well then, yeah, that,
look,
then that is
Donald
negative.
wants you to be submissive.
That is negative.
Okay. But what if she said, Donald wants you to be submissive? That's an open-ended statement where we could talk about it.
Right.
But if you're already giving a negative connotation to it, you're forming an opinion without even having a conversation with me. And I think that's the other part. Communication. Communication will help someone be submissive. The better y'all understand each other, the more submissive that you can be towards each other. The easier you can read each other and understand.
So I guess maybe when we ask this question, like, can you be submissive? I guess it depends.
Yeah, it depends on the situation.
It depends on who
and your level of submission.
What?
Some people may not be all the way submissive to somebody. Like me, I'm very submissive towards you. Whatever you need, I'm going to provide.
Listen, man, it's like coming to America over here for me, man.
Whatever you like. But you tell me, hey, you talking too much. You too opinionated. I'm like, hey,
yeah.
Can you be submissive with that mouth and shut up? No. The answer is no.
I mean, I would never say
so
that.
I draw the line there. I'm submissive with everything else.
Yeah, I can't take you nowhere. You want to talk to everybody. You go to the party, you're going to be dancing whole time, cutting up.
I am the life of the party.
Yeah, no doubt, man.
The party don't start till I get there. And everybody's looking
apparently that's the case.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've witnessed this.
Yeah.
So can a woman be submissive?
I'm super proud.
Wrap this up. Can a woman be submissive?
Yes, she can. Can a man be submissive?
Absolutely.
Okay, there you have it.
So I guess both of these questions depend on the person we're being asked to be submissive to.
Yes.
In the way they carry themselves. Are they worthy of our submissiveness? Yeah. Yeah. I think that's fair.
Yeah.
I think that's fair.
I think
that's
so.
fair. Yeah, that's good.
Yeah. I like that. Give me some.
Yeah, I like that. Yeah.
Yes.
Listen, this will conclude the episode of Free Game Dundee Life, Family, and Business. Yes. Can you be submissive?
That's right. Don't forget to like and subscribe.
Please hit that subscribe button.